Charles Toh did not hold alive in the cohabitation with myself that started with a phone call ringing in to where I was living in Highlands Apartments, Tucson, Arizona. The phone rang in. He did ask me for my phone number and I gave it to him, but I don't owe anymore that I was ever there because I don't accept the car that I used to get there. It's not true that I sold my parents my order. Oh, you can have my house and you can have my cars. Just leave me with a Ford Escort and an apartment that charges rent money for a 1 year lease, and I'm gone. Yeah, I didn't say that. And I didn't threaten them that way, and they threatened me that way, and I don't afford that they did that after 21 years of parenting myself. 20 years of parenting myself. They still go by mom and dad, but they locked me out of my house, and I didn't know they were going to do that. They said that if I go to school, they'll always support me for being in school, and I graduated from the university already, and I was done with employment. I had employment. I would have applied for another job for food money, but I was ready to go back to school, I guess, as the overlord, but the Lord wanted to go to get another job because it was done with school. And I got into a lot of trouble with the Lord because it didn't want to be in Arizona for the reason of Noah Ricken. When I was broken up from Noah Ricken's problem, and that means I wasn't returning his phone calls and he didn't call me anymore. He My parents bought a house in Tucson, Arizona, and showed me the photograph. And then about 2 years later, in the December of year 1995, was it? So less than 2 years later, I went to see the house and I stayed there. But it was there. I was there with Cheryl, uh, Ann Denise, Libby, mom, dad, and maybe Steve, I guess, in the house. It was a nice house, and I wanted to go back there, even though I'd not been there for a while in the year 2000. And that's not true that I can get into the house, but I don't know why. They said that it was their house. What do you mean you can't get into it? And they didn't give me the keys to that house, and I'm not finished with that. I died because it was my house, and they didn't give me the keys. And they invited their problems to see the house and locked them out of my house and locked me out of my house, and I don't afford it. Nobody was a custodian for me to use the house of those people that were there in December of 1995. Thereafter, I'm still not able to get into the house. And then Audrey Brooks, Aunt Audrey to myself, she is in a house on Canyon Vista Drive in Tucson, Arizona, but I don't know which house she's in. It could be the same house or it could be another one. I don't know the exact address. And it was a really clean house. I remember the garage door, the garage was clean, the floor of the garage, it had no grease stains on it. It was perfect new cement. And I can't get into that house is this far in the run. It's true they damaged my life too much for me to be here. And Charles Toh phone call to myself, because he's Asian, he's not due to use a telephone. That means he's not due to ask me for my phone number. But it's hopeless to tell you that I have leverage that is going into sexual abuse because I don't have other karma. You mean like a beating, such as I had in the dollar store? 99 cents. Oh, you have a problem like that once a day, like sexual abuse. What about twice a day, like sexual abuse? For the first year of being with Charles Toh, and the second year of being with Charles Toh is once a day. You don't have a problem like what you had in the dollar store once or twice a day with a sex offender. Oh, it's not true that he really loves you. It's true he's just trying to embarrass myself and make me feel that my God left me. Did you leave me? Did you leave me to be with him? What about some of the other boyfriends? Were you seeing them when you were. Well, so don't you think it's a breaking up our relationship problem that should have never happened? Did you know that he was just fascinated, like, why he would have a problem like that? Because he doesn't have a clitoris himself, father. I want my virginity back. I will help with that.